So I posted individual pulls on my Instagram, and I decided that I want to do a pull, like a full reading for all signs. I am also watching something while I do this. I know that that may seem counterproductive, but it actually helps me. So far we have the Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Devil. Interesting spread so far. Again, like I said, this is the pull for Mercury Retrograde for all signs. Ten of Cups, Eight of Cups, Queen of Wands, on the bottom of the deck is Knight of Cups, Ace of Wands. So let's get into this, okay? Okay, so the first card is the Six of Pentacles, which is about giving and receiving wealth, whether it be of knowledge or an actual physical thing. So like a gift. I would assume it's more leaning towards, even if it is knowledge, it's something that you can give to someone that they can then turn into monetary value. So it's the giving and the receiving of that information. The next card is the Nine of Wands. Pentacles, by the way, just Pentacles specifically is in the element of earth. So think of earth signs, Capricorns, Tauruses, and Virgos. The Nine of Wands is the sign of persistence, staying with it, keep doing the things that you need to do, regardless of what is told to you. So regardless of what people are saying, right? Like if you feel so passionately about something, stick with it, because this is what you're supposed to be doing. This is what this card is telling me. So if the thing that you're sharing, right? Sharing, receiving, giving knowledge and wealth to other people, and other people don't quite understand it, this card is telling you to keep going, to keep doing what you're doing, to keep standing strong. You see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the back, and then she's holding 1, meaning she's still a work in progress. She's still working, but look at all the work that she's put in. And other people may not know the amount of time and effort it's taking you to put all of these things up, but you know, and you have put all of the time and your effort. So you keep on going, because this is what's meant for you. The next card is the Devil. So again, like I said, this is a general reading. I feel like, especially now because it's the age of the Aquarius, what people are supposed to be doing is going to come to them. So if you've been having a really hard time for the last couple of months, the last couple of years, and you haven't figured out what your thing is, you're going to figure it out during this retrograde. Whether you're an Aries, whether you're a Capricorn, whether you're a Scorpio, whether you're a Leo, all of those things. Now, the devil is specifically the card assigned to Capricorns. Now, this is a little scary and a little much, right? The devil is about being constrained and not fully taking in and working on your shadow self. So when you don't fully work on your shadow self, when you don't fully accept all of the things that are wrong with you, because there is something wrong with everybody. So I said wrong with you, and I actually am going to change my mind because I don't really like those initial choice of words. I mean your flaws. So identify your flaws, and then you can go further. You know, all of us can. I don't want to necessarily, let me take that back. Not wrong with you. Your flaws. The things that, your vices. If you don't actually address them, I'm not saying necessarily fix them, I'm not even saying change them, but you don't address them and you're not aware of what they are, you'll be a slave to them, which could lead to disconnect. So working on the shadow self, so giving that wealth, working on your passions, but also work on your shadow self. The 10 of Cups, all of the things that you want, all of the joy in your family, the golden pot at the end of the rainbow, all of the things that you want will come from you putting in that work, sharing that knowledge, and understanding and dealing with your shadow self. So 10 of Cups, right? This is the end goal. This is the things that you're thinking about, whatever that may be to you. So for a Pisces, that may be the dreams that you're having and these vivid, lucid dreams that you're having, making them a reality. For a Scorpio, it may be understanding the true depths of yourself and the others around you, and just figuring out why things are the way that they are. Aquarius, it might be saving all of humanity. But you can't get here until you do all of these things up here first. And then here is the kicker. The kicker. 8 of Cups. So the best way for me to say this, the only way for me to say this is walk away from all the bullshit you filled up in your cups for your life. Whatever that bullshit is for you. You need to walk away from that bullshit that you filled up in your cups, you filled up in your well, you filled up in yourself. Queen of Wands, which I find very interesting that this particular card came up just because of the symbolism, because we have the 9 of Wands, which is putting in all the work for the things that you're passionate about, right? Just grinding on them, letting them be known, putting faith and effort and passion, because Wands is the sign of fire. So letting it be known, you know? But yes, Queen of Wands is interesting that this came up in this spread, because you had the 9 of Wands, which almost in a sense you could say that it is the peasant, like, you know, putting in that work, you're not quite there yet. This would be the person who has put in their energy where their energy belongs. They have, funnily enough, look at that little black cat right here, they have addressed their shadow side. So the reason why I said this is very interesting that this card came up too is because this is an evolution of these two cards, right? Because she has her shadow side there. It's always with her. It's a cute, fluffy little black cat. She's aware of it, but she's not controlled by it. And because she's not controlled by it, she's sitting on a throne. She has these flowers around her. She has abundance. She's the queen. So she's a social butterfly. You know, she's invited to every party that you could think of in that sense, right? Like, so I don't want to give it like a superficial meaning, but everything that's socially important to you, once you do all of these other things, you be sitting in this Queen of Wands energy. And Queen of Wands does not necessarily just mean feminine or female. It means in that regality of energies. And she has the lions up here. She's just bossing it up. She's just boss bitching it up. And that is because this energy is the culmination and the work of letting all your shit go, addressing and knowing and speaking on and manifesting the things that you want. Because while some people read this card as like it finally coming to fruition, and I normally would read it that way because of where it was placed in the spread, right? And because these cups are in the sky, right? So I take that as the things that you want, the things that you need to manifest, the things that you need to speak into existence. And we are in this fake ass realm of thinking that we are, because no one is perfect. And understanding what your shadow is, what is the thing that is kryptonite to you. Because once you know that, right, it's going to be a fluffy little black cat sitting next to you, because can't nobody use it against you. Nobody's going to be chaining you up to it anymore. You're going to be sitting on your throne looking at it. Like, yeah, all right, cool, word. So what you got to say, I already know that. It's right here. And then, again, like I said, the Nine of Wands, putting in that work. And if you see here, this person is injured because they're putting in work. Their hands are probably calloused. She probably done knocked herself in the head a couple times with these wands and stuff. But she's doing the work, whatever that is, peeling back the layers. I'm sure under them gloves, she peeled back the layers of her hands. Giving and receiving knowledge too. So that also means when you give knowledge and you receive knowledge, a lot of times I feel like we get caught up in like, oh, I have so much to give people. What can you receive from people though? Because like I said, everybody has a shadow self. So what is it that you need to learn? What is it that you need to be open to? All right. And the last two cards from the bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands. All right. So the Ace of Wands, because it's an ace, this is a card of pure potential. And like I've mentioned before, Wands is a sign of fire. So pure passion. So the light that strikes the match, basically, is what this card tells me. So whatever that you're feeling this passion about, right? That intense energy, that like, damn, I want to do that. Whatever it is, you got to stick to it. You got to stick to it. You got to do the work with your shadow self so that you can continue to stick to it. Trust me, I'm talking to myself as much as I'm talking to whomever is watching this. This is a reminder for myself. And this is what this retrograde is trying to communicate. I feel like with all the signs. Because I feel like now everyone is being called to do what it is that they're supposed to do. Even if it makes no sense to anyone else. Like, I don't know, you could be an IT personnel and then you like, yo, I really want to design sneakers. And people looking at you bugged out crazy. But if that's that thing that like lights a fire under your bum and you like do it in your pastimes, like in your free time, maybe other people don't necessarily know. Maybe you kind of keep it a secret. Strike that match. So the final cup in this final cup. See? You see what's happening here? The final card in this reading is the Knight of Cups. So the Knight is on a mission. All knights essentially are on a mission. This particular Knight, because it is in the element of cups, which is the element of water, is about emotional intuition. It's about creativity. And it's about romance. So, and it's also about beauty. So this particular card at the finale of this is telling me, trust your feelings. Like I've already said this again through this whole spread, even if it makes no sense to anybody else. Nobody else understands what the hell. Your mama don't get it. Your daddy don't get it. Your sisters don't get it. Your husband don't get it. Your girlfriend don't get it. It ain't for them. And I know that it's so hard for people to understand, especially when you have like your family or like your life partners. But what you are called here to do here in this world is not just for any one particular person. And some people at first may think you're absolutely freaking crazy. But then when it starts to produce monetary value, they'll get on board. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad people, because it's not their vision. It's not for them. They're not going to quite understand it. But this card is specifically telling me, like, while you're going through your mission and you have that emotional intuition and that feeling of what you're supposed to be doing, like I've talked about in this spread, do it with love, do it with beauty, do it with emotional understanding. You're coming into people's lives, and whomever you touch, I personally feel, is like you're supposed to meet whomever you meet. You're supposed to impart whatever you impart on whomever. So like follow your gut and follow your intuition and go with it. Understand that two people's intuitions though may not line up. Again, Mercury retrograde, but retrograde specifically is an amplification of something and that particular planet. So Mercury is the planet of communication, thought process. So there's going to be a lot of that, a lot of changing, a lot of reevaluating your thought process, a lot of reevaluating your communication. Doesn't necessarily make what you were doing before wrong, but this time, because everything's amplified, you're going to get a really good look at it, and you're going to be like, that's not working. And whatever it is that I want to do in this world, and let me be very clear here. I keep talking about purpose and passion, right? You do not have to be Beyonce. You could just be a good mom. Let me say that again. You do not have to be Beyonce. Your purpose and passion could literally be being the best mom that you can be. It could be being the best partner that you can be. Because when you are living and operating in your truth, and you are feeling super confident about that, and you're aware of all your BS, right? And like no one can take it and use it against you. You give other people the license to be who they're supposed to be also. Watching this and you're like, that thing, what is she talking about? And you're like, oh my God, I want to be a property manager of apartment buildings. Like, you find joy in that. Make it happen. Figure out all of the things that you need to address. Like, if you're not punctual, if you a little sloppy, figure out where that comes from, work on it. And I promise you, you're going to be sitting in this energy. You're going to be feeling creative, and like new things are going to be popping up for you. And you're going to just be out here sending your message, doing your mission. I promise. You got this. Lots of love. Bye-bye.